There is only one simple reason adults struggle to play the spiccato. The methods they use are wrong. After playing the violin for 30 years and teaching hundreds of adults, I have found the easiest way to learn the spiccato step by step. And today I will share with you every single step. And the first step is understanding why most methods about spiccato are wrong. And the reason is simple. There is actually 3 different bowings that look quite similar but are actually completely different. So the first one is the spiccato. The second one is the sautiller. And the third one is ricochet. And by the way, I really struggled myself learning those because of that. Because what I see most people do is that they will try to learn the spiccato, but they will use a method for learning the sautiller to try to learn the spiccato. Then they will try to do a sautiller doing some fast spiccato, or try doing a ricochet, doing fast spiccato, and so on and so on, and because of that it doesn't work. So now in step 2 I will show you the biggest mistakes when learning the spiccato that I see our students in the Violinacademy do. And the first one is practicing it only in a fast tempo, basically like the sautiller. Because when you make a fast spiccato, it's easier because the bow always bounces back from alone, and so you get a better feeling for it. But actually you need first to master the spiccato in a very slow control speed, like that. Then the second mistake is that they don't hold the bow in a stable manner. That means that they try to do it, but they have the fourth finger that's not really stable or not flexible enough. When you do spiccato, so basically what we want is to have every finger be really relaxed and be flexible like a spring. Because when I will throw the bow on the string, I will need the finger to really be flexible to adapt to the bow. And yeah, I really need to feel the fourth finger that is holding the bow and not only the other finger, but being around at the same time. Then the next mistake is to try to put the bow on the string instead of just throwing the bow. Okay, for spiccato, really one of the things that define spiccato instead of détaché, for example, the détaché that's that. Spiccato, the biggest difference is just that it's a bowing where you throw the bow on the string. And then the next mistake I see a lot is not letting the bow bounce back. After you throw the bow, you really need to let the bow bounce back from alone, or not trying to lift yourself the bow. That means you throw the bow and then you let it bounce back from alone. Then the next problem is having the wrong angle with the bow. So yeah, if I play it too vertical, it will sound like that. If I play too horizontal, it will not sound like spiccato. So I need to find the right combination from vertical and horizontal so that it sounds like nice spiccato. And then the next problem is playing in the wrong bow part. That's very important. You need to be the right part for the type of dynamic you are doing. So now let's do the best preliminary exercises for learning the spiccato. And by the way, it's something our students learn first in level 6 in the Violinacademy. That means after 1.5 years, basically. So our first preliminary exercise will be to hold the bow with the complete hand, like that. And then just throw the bow on the string. Here, the goal is to focus first on throwing the bow, because most people have the reflex of putting the bow on the string, like we saw. And at the same time, really just feel it how the bow bounces back from alone. Okay, so just take it with the whole hand, relax, and then throw the bow. It doesn't really matter if it doesn't sound very well, it's just to feel the movement itself. And we want really to get the bow to bounce back and let it bounce back. It should do a movement like that. Then there is an amazing exercise that I rediscovered from Ivan Galamian after spending thousands of hours researching about the best violin teacher of history. And basically, it's in a masterclass where he's teaching actually Spiccato, very shortly. But the first exercise that the students do before he starts with the Spiccato is a pinch exercise, where he will put the bow on the string and then, only using the finger of the right hand, produce a sound like that, pitching the string only with the finger. Here I think the goal is to really develop this finger movement and to really feel how you pinch the string. And just to develop this flexibility in the finger. So to do it, it's simple. You put the bow on the string and then you try to produce a sound by moving only your finger. That means when you are playing down, you will start like that and then move the finger in this direction. Okay, that means I start like this and I go like that. And when I play from up, I will do the opposite with the finger like that and then my finger will be again in the normal position. And every time I need first to put the bow on the string. So now let us go to step 4, step-by-step exercises to develop a perfect spiccato. And by the way, I publish a lot of videos about how to learn the violin on this YouTube channel. You can subscribe here. So the first exercise we'll do is quite easy. We'll start in the middle of the bow, play quarter note in tempo 60, like that. It's really slow because here the goal is just to find a beautiful spiccato by really understanding every factor. So here the first thing we want to adjust is the angle. That means you will try to play it first more horizontal. That means instead of doing like that, you will try to make a movement that is more horizontal, like this. And doing that, you will try different combination. Okay, so I start from like I was before, and then I will go always more horizontal. Starting to always a little bit nearer to the string. And then I will do the opposite. I will try to do a spiccato that's more vertical. That means I will do more in this direction and less in this direction. And the goal here is to find the best angle, where it sounds the best. Then the next thing is that we need to adjust the weight. That means how strong we'll throw the bow on the string. Like that, or with a lot. And we really want to try different combinations to find what sounds the best for what you want to do. Then the next thing I want to test is the contact point. Okay, so more here or here. So basically, if I throw the bow more slowly, I will go more in the direction of the fingerboard. And I think I'm trying to play a little bit more louder, more in this direction. But like always, I need to try, okay? If it doesn't sound good, it means it's wrong, I need to adjust it. Until I find the good combination. Then the next step, I will try going a little bit faster, and first in 8th note. So here will be the second exercise in 8th note, and what marked like this. And here, what we really want to focus on is just letting the bow bounce back from a lot and stay in a regular tempo. And doing that, really adjust the angle, the weight and the contact point so that it sounds well. And always in the same tempo 60, because something what happened very soon is that we try to go faster because it's easier, faster, but that's not what we want here. We want really to learn to control it. Then we'll start doing triplet, like here. Then we'll go to 16th notes. And by each step, we'll repeat what we did before, optimizing everything so that it stays controlled and sounds well. Then, when you can do that well on an open string, and you should do that on every open string, basically, the next step will be to learn it with a scale. Here, the best way to integrate it with a scale is to start by repeating 4 times the same note, like you can see here. So why are we doing that? Because when we are doing it on open string, it will be always the same combination from angle, weight, and contact point, because it's the same note. What you saw right now when I play it as an example is that when I did every note, not every note was perfect, especially by the first repetition. And it's because for each note, I put a finger on the string, and because of that, the string becomes shorter. And because the string is shorter, I need a different combination with the bow so that it sounds well. That's the reason we really need to train it on a scale. But we don't want to train directly with every note, because it will be very difficult to optimize. So first we do 4 times each note, and by every repetition, the goal is not to repeat. That's a big mistake I see a lot of people doing. We really want to use every repetition to improve it, okay? That means don't just, you know, I saw a video like that in Facebook from someone who was practicing. That's the worst things to do. So here what we want to do is try by every repetition to ask ourselves, like, how can I improve this? Then we'll go to 3 repetition. Okay, that means we play the same tempo, everything is same, but instead of making 4 repetitions, we make only 3 repetitions. Then we make the same with 2 repetitions and 1 repetition. But we really want to have that every single stroke is beautiful. And for that, we really need to practice every one. Then, very important too, is to practice in the opposite direction. Start playing up instead of down. You will see it feels very different. And by the way, if you have a piece and you have spiccato, that will be the same technique. Instead of playing your piece directly in spiccato, full speed, you really want to repeat every note like 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, and at the end 1 time to learn it progressively in the piece. So now step 5 is how to have a beautiful spiccato. Because now we saw only like how to have a very standard spiccato, always same loudness, sound same, and so on, yeah? Now what you want is that when you play a piece, yeah, sometimes we need to play like really piano, and sometimes it will be really loud, okay? And we really want to develop everything. Here, one of the most important points will be which part of the bow you use. First, we'll see how to play spiccato, very soft spiccato, so you will play it more on this part of the bow, the second half, basically. So not here, really it will be like the third, fourth of the bow, here. And we'll do a very small movement, that means we don't start too far away, we'll start very near to the string, and do a small movement. We will not throw the bow very strongly, but very slowly. Then we'll still try the weight, the angle, adjust everything so that it sounds well, but that's what you want to get. Then we'll learn the opposite, how to have a very loud, strong spiccato. And basically, the more loud it should be, the more it should be directly on the frog. Okay, so let's do on the G string, for example. Okay, I play really here. That's really the first fourth of the bow. And here what I want to do is do a big movement. Throw the bow really with a lot of strength. And at the same time, I will play more near to the bridge. And then, basically, everything in the middle would be a mix of those. So the standard spiccato will be more like here, a little bit below the middle of the bow. I will say mostly in the second fourth of the bow, from there to there, with a moderate movement, okay? And very important is always to use the right part of the bow for the dynamic you are playing. And of course, there is a lot of other problems that need first to be fixed, yeah? But I have another video about it, how to fix 90% of your technique on the violin. So thanks for watching, enjoy.